Hello, Susan. Hello, David.
Hey, I found the link after you sent it to me. I knew I'd registered, but it's like, oh no, where's my link?
Don't you look lovely today in that nice blue?
Oh, well, thank you. Today is Wear Blue for Henry County Day. So
No way. I didn't know that.
yes, we have a shirt with a logo on it. We haven't gotten ours yet, so we just wear anything we can blue. And it's to try to rally support for people to join our team. So
Well, now I'm just feeling like I need to go and find something blue to throw on here for this meeting.
oh, you know, you look great, just the way you are there. David's going to be joining us. He had another meeting that was interfering for the first few minutes of it, but he'll be jumping on, so you will be seeing his face soon.
That is outstanding. I think we had the real Michelle. I was Michelle for 5 minutes and I had to change my name. I think we had the real Michelle.
That works.
And we may already have someone from the community that's here, Tracy Brown. Welcome today. We should, of course, are early and we'll be getting started probably about 2 or 3 after 12 to give people a chance to log on.
Hi, good afternoon.
Hello, good sir. How are you today?
I'm fine, thank you. I wanted to let you know that I have a meeting conflict. I have to meet with my county manager at noon today. So I've logged in, but I'm going to be gone for at least 30 minutes or so of your presentation.
We certainly appreciate you. And just so you know, Susan had you all squared away.
Okay,
so,
thank you, Susan.
Yeah,
right.
she did. But of course, it's great to be able to say hello to you and we'll see you soon.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Thank you and welcome.
Thank you.
We're here from Griffin and Strong, excited about the Henry County Public Meeting #2. And we are just going to give a few people or a few little minutes for folks to come in and join us, but we're so excited to see you today.
Well, thank you so much. I'm Sabrina Williams. I'm with Southern Perfection Painting. And this is right on time because I've submitted a couple of bids to Henry County. So that'd be great to talk about that.
Well, we appreciate your patience as we just give folks hopefully a second to chime in with us, and we're going to be all excited to hear about your process.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us for the Henry County Public Meeting for the Disparity Study. We're going to wait probably another 3 minutes. We'll start at 12:05 as we give others a chance to join us.
Well, hello, everyone. It is now 12:05. This is Stephanie Moore. I'm from Griffin and Strong PC, and our firm is excited to be doing the disparity study for Henry County government. And we're super excited that you joined us today for the public meeting. I am very excited to be able to turn this over to our Gosh, Michelle Clark Jenkins, she does so very much, has done over 40 studies, and she leads the consulting division at Griffin and Strong PC. So we're super excited to have her lead and moderate this discussion today. Michelle?
Yes, again, good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us for this public meeting. The purpose of this meeting really is to get your experiences in doing business or attempting to do business with Henry County government. And if you haven't even attempted to do business, we want to know why not. We're looking to get both areas of concern, but also positive feedback. We want the county to know what it is you feel like they're doing well and the things where you think there are some needs for improvement. So for those of you who haven't joined us before, I'm going to do a quick review of kind of what the disparity study is. So our firm, Griffin and Strong, is an Atlanta-based law and public policy consulting firm. The consulting division of the firm only does disparity research. We do disparity studies, we do contract compliance, we do program development, we do training and supplier diversity consulting. We also draft legislation for a lot of jurisdictions. We do these studies all over the country. We've been in business for more than 30 years here in the Atlanta area. Our team has 4 attorneys, 2 PhD economists, a PhD in social psychology, and a PhD in anthropology. So a disparity study, just to clarify what it actually is that it is an objective research tool that determines whether a governmental agency have actively or passively discriminated against certain groups due to their race and gender. When we use that word discrimination, we're talking about the culmination of history. So it may be the current effects of past discrimination, and that's determined through both quantitative or statistical data as well as anecdotal evidence. We look to also do a very deep dive into the county's current practices and procedures. So at the end of the study, we're hoping that the kinds of recommendations we make, if the county accepts them, will become policy. So this is really a view of what all the disparity processes are. We do a legal analysis. Again, we do a deep dive into the policies and procedures of the county. We spend most of the study, which is about a year, collecting and cleaning data. And our first analysis is determine the relevant markets. So what is the geographic and product areas that we're actually studying, where the firm have to be located, where that will be part of the study. We also then look at, of those firms within that relevant market, what is the utilization of firms? So where is that money ultimately ending up? And we are looking at all dollars spent by the county over the last 5 years. We look at threshold analysis, which gives us really the level of contracting that the county's doing. Are they doing a lot of small contracts? Are they doing a lot of big contracts? And that's really important because it helps us to understand where there are opportunities for smaller firms to come in as primes. We also do an availability analysis. So who are the ready, willing, and able firms out there who can do this work? And then the disparity analysis is really a comparison between the utilization and the availability. So if African-American owned engineering firms make up 10% of all engineering firms in the relevant market, then are they getting approximately 10% of the engineering dollars? We go further than that and say, now, what is the likely, if there is a disparity, is the disparity statistically significant? And if it is, what are the likely other causes of that disparity other than race and gender? And so we do something called a regression analysis where you're kind of equaling out all those other things. And if the disparity still exists, then we make that inference of discrimination, which is kind of a term of art, which again is the current, it really looks at the current effects of past discrimination. Then we also look at the private sector. So what's happening in the marketplace? Do we see some inequities and disparities in the marketplace as well? And even if the county is doing their spend is right on target, the county can also put in place various programs to rectify what's happening in the marketplace. Because remember, the marketplace is the feeder to the county's available firms. And so if we've got any kind of discrimination in the marketplace, that's going to feed into who are the ready, willing, and able firms. We also do a very deep dive. And so today you're really part of the anecdotal evidence collection. We do it in a lot of different ways. We have one-on-one interviews. We have survey data. And Stephanie, if you can possibly put in the chat room at some point during this meeting, the link to the survey. We would love for all of you who are on the call today to actually take the survey. We are also had focus groups. And again, these public meetings, we had one yesterday, and then today is our last one. And then finally, we will present the report with their recommendations to the county. So again, today's public meeting, the purposes of it is to hear your candid testimony about your experiences, both positive and negative, either doing business with the county or attempting to do business with the county. And if you haven't done business with the county, we want to know why. Your input today is critical to really the accuracy of our study recommendations. When we look at all of the statistical data, it tells us whether there's a disparity or not, but it really doesn't tell us what we need to do to rectify that. So there are a couple of ways we do that. One is our firm has a lot of experience in programs and what's effective, what's been effective other places, the kind of best practices, as well as the policy review itself gives us a lot of insight. But a lot of our insight comes from what you tell us. So it really is important for those of you on the call today, not to just listen, but also to give us input. Everything that's said during this meeting will be available for public record. We are recording it, as you heard. We do not in the report itself use names or business names or other affiliations in the report itself, but this information will be posted on the website for the study, which is the henrycountydisparity.com. Also, just a little housekeeping, we are not soliciting questions, so this is not kind of a question and answer session. We are only taking commentary. And the only questions we will ask will be to clarify any of the commentary that you've made. Also, you will notice that there are some members of the county who are on this call. Again, they're here to listen. It's not to ask questions. When you do provide your testimony, please begin by stating your name and your company name, and we'll go ahead and get started. Also, in the chat room, we would love for you to put your name and your company name in the chat room. That's good for everyone to know, probably a little good for advertising a little bit of your business, but please do not use it for any other kinds of solicitations. Also, keep your comments under 5 minutes. Hopefully many of them will be less than that. But if you get to the 5-minute mark, which I will be monitoring, you'll see me kind of go like this. It means that you have surpassed the 5-minute mark. And at some point shortly after that, unfortunately, I'd have to cut you off. So please be mindful of that, and we'll go ahead and get started. Okay, so again, welcome everyone. Who would like to get us started with the first set of comments?
Michelle, you do have a question in the chat.
Okay. Oh, I don't see a question. I just see where they're putting their information in the chat.
Can we submit comments, recommendations that will be recorded anonymously for the study?
Yes, so if you have and if you would like to not publicly make your comments known, you can email us directly. And that's Henry County Study. Is that correct, Stephanie? Henry County
Yes.
Study at gspclaw.com. And Stephanie will put that email address in the chat room. And if you can send us, if you would prefer to just send us your story or your comments, you can send them to us by email. I know it's hard to be the first one, but we need you all to step up and give us your comments, please.
I will go ahead and take a step up.
Great, thank you.
I'm Sabrina Williams. I'm with Southern Perfection Painting. We provide obviously painting services. We have been in business for over 38 years. Right in the metro Atlanta area. We serve the Southeast. I attended Henry County's supplier diversity meeting last year. And from that meeting, I became certified. And I was actually, I'm already certified, GDOT and others. I provided that information as well, GMSDC, female minority owned business, all of that. WOSB, EDWOSB. I provided all of that information, and I decided to bid on an open jail project that was last year in March. We went out and extensively met with a person there, a representative. I don't know if you want me to mention his name. We took pictures, we walked around, our crew leader did. We did an extensive, elaborate bid, only to be told in July that they wanted us to come out and rebid it again. And I don't know what that was about, but at that point we decided, no, thank you. And we declined to bid any further on the project. Like I said, and recently, I don't know if that work actually got done or not, but no one ever called us back. No one ever contacted us about the bid. We heard nothing more about the bid, but we spent a couple of hours at the first meeting taking all of the information and getting all of the pictures and all of the areas. We still have that historical data on our servers, on our database of the bid and all of the things that we actually did to try to win that bid at Henry County, and nothing came of it. Now, we are located in Gwinnett County, Georgia, so it was a distance to travel. And traveling to Gwinnett, DeKalb, Fulton to get to Henry, to do that and to spend a half a day obtaining all that information, not to hear anything about it, not even if it was ever even let for that bid and submitted to the proper authorities. So I don't know what happened. And I guess that's all you wanted to know. I'm not asking any questions at this point.
Okay, so my follow-up question to you is, where do you see the process improvement or the process issue in your experience?
So I think that the person that met with us was a lower level employee. And I think the person who is managing the project is the one who needs to meet with the contractor to review the bid or bids by having a meeting with everyone, a walkthrough with everyone at the same time. But those that are making the decision, because I feel like the person who we met with was not the decision maker.
Okay. But you said the bid was they asked you to was the whole thing rebid, or did they just ask you to rebid? I mean, the whole thing was rebid, or was
They just reached out to us and asked, I don't know about anybody else, but they asked us to rebid the whole entire thing.
Okay. Okay, thank you for your comments.
You're welcome.
Okay, anyone else?
My name is Tracy Felder. I'm with Five Star Enterprise.
Hi, Tracy.
Hi, how are
Tracy,
you?
I'm good, thank you.
Good, good. We are residents of Henry County, even though our business is located in Atlanta, Georgia. We are a women-owned certified business. We're certified through WeBank and several other certifications. We're certified in 10 states. We provide industrial detergents and cleaning products, and also janitorial items as well. We have never, I'm a resident of Henry County. My children attend schools and I pay taxes in Henry County. I've been a resident since 2003. I would love to do business in Henry County, but I have never seen anything in my category, whether it be janitorial supplies, even chemicals for wastewater, come up for bid. So I'm just kind of wondering if it's something they buy separately. I'm not sure, but I've never had those items come up for bid where our company could bid on items. I'm sure the county is cleaning. I'm sure they're using a lot of detergents, and we provide green detergents, so they're safe for the environment and the end user. So I'm just kind of concerned about never seeing that come up. I know there's janitorial items that are being used, and I don't know if they're outsourcing or how it's going, but I was just wanting to put my input in the comments, because every time I go on Henry County's website, there's been nothing for my company to be able to do here in Henry County, or if it is done, I don't know if it's done privately or if it's something that is done, through, a small process or something like that, or if they're just continuing to pay for people that they normally buy things from. We are registered, so just wanted to give my input regarding that. And as a resident of Henry County, would love to do business in Henry County where my taxes are being paid.
Great. Thank you, Tracy.
Thank you.
Okay, anyone else?
Can you hear me? This
Yes.
is Anna Henderson.
Yes, we can hear you.
My company is HA Office 515. We are an office furniture distribution company, better known as Furniture Dealers. Been in business 25 plus years, and over a period of time, I've made an attempt to do business with Henry County. I've also made an attempt to meet with the representatives at Henry County to get an understanding of my business, get an understanding of the products and services that we offer. In addition to that, we are also certified as DBE. We're certified as WSB. We're certified with City of Atlanta, certified with MARTA, and the airport. Been in business for a long time, so I have a great history of doing office furniture for the federal government, state, county, colleges, and universities. Now, I can give a specific entity in terms of what transpired. I did, after making calls, and this happened, I just stopped making an attempt, because after a while, as a small business, you got to spend your time where there could be a potential or possibility of an opportunity. But I eventually got a quote to do a pricing for 500 chairs for, and I forget, I've got the information in my files later on if you need to have the documentation. But there was extensive amount of time that I spent on it. And the reason for that is because it was either right during COVID or just before COVID. So the specification that went out, after I looked at the specifications, in my mind and spirit and understanding what was happening in the community and around the world as it pertains to the virus, I proceeded to look for those manufacturers that had furniture that dealt with the virus in terms of the textiles or fabric that's going on furniture. So I did find a product that I knew would work. And I did a thorough explanation of why I did a vinyl over fabric and shared with them at this time. I keep hearing a buzz, so let me know if that's for me or not for me. But anyway, I presented to them what I felt was necessary during these tumultuous times with the virus. And so I felt really good about it because it's okay, look what I've done. Felt really good. So about 2 weeks later, I get a notice that they're, and I'm using my terminology right now, that they're terminating the bid. I heard absolutely nothing since that time, and I think it's been over a year. So I decided just to leave it alone.
Okay. So again, where did you see the process issues in what happened? Where did you see there? I mean, I'm understanding kind of the facts of it, but did you see any particular place where you could see improvements over that experience?
The only way that I see an improvement is that the department needs, this is just my opinion, the department heads, there needs to be an education. There needs to be an education in terms of when you talk about disparity, when you talk about inclusion, that you're looking at what you're sending out and you're looking at, who you're doing business with. And if I've done business for the last decade or 2 decades with the same people, then there's a problem. But if your department heads, if the people who are running them don't see that as a value, that will never come into play. So we can, and I'm not putting down disparity service, please don't misunderstand, because you do need these. But until an education is at that level, and there's an understanding that you're using taxpayer dollars, you're losing these kind of dollars, and you need to spread the wealth, then nothing's ever going to happen. It needs to come from the top. So my feeling is those persons who are making these decisions at whatever level, it could be the supervisory level, it could be the director level, but those persons need to understand that we're out here and we're working hard and we're providing you with quality products, quality service, and just because you know Tom Jones and Joe Smo, just look at, I've been giving them these contracts for 30 years. We need to do something a little different to at least appear that we're being fair. So that's my comment. Hello, did I get cut off?
No, we're still here. I wanted to make sure, this is Stephanie Moore. I'm making sure Michelle didn't get lost or cut off. And we're recording, so I'll just pinch hit until she comes back in. Thank you so very much for your comment. So noted on that. Can we hear from anyone else? And even if you didn't want to give on info on your experience, if you wanted to share your name and that you're on the call and your business, we would love to hear from you at this time as well.
Hi, my name is Aaron Pace with AC Electrical Data and Controls.
Hello, Aaron. Go ahead, sir.
Hi, how are you guys doing today? I'm a small electrical contractor right here in McDonough.
Wonderful. Do you want to tell us about your business or any experience with Henry County?
I'm sorry, I'm losing a little bit of service. Yeah, some small electrical contracting company. Actually, I haven't done any work with Henry County. I've had a couple of RFPs, and have submitted some proposals, but never got any work from you.
Well, thank you, Aaron, for sharing that. I do see Michelle, our moderator, is back on. Michelle, I'm not sure if you were able to hear Aaron's comments, that he's very kind to say a little bit nervous, but was excited to jump on the call and give his experience, that he has applied for some things, but he's not won any bids at this time. I think you might still be on mute, Michelle.
I'm sorry, I caught the tail end of that, but that's why we have two of us on. Because I'm still frozen on my other one, so I jumped on my phone. So I apologize for that. Yeah, I kind of got the tail end of it, but we have it recorded, so we won't ask him to repeat it.
Yep, he just hadn't won anything as of yet, so I didn't know if you had a follow-up question for him since he still had the floor.
Yeah, I would just say any process, anything that you felt, again, we're really looking to figure out how we streamline or assist the county in improving their processes. So if you see a process improvement recommendation you could make here, or where you felt like the process, there was a shortfall in the process, that would be a great addition to what you've already said.
Well, I mean, for me, I feel like the young lady spoke before, that maybe there's some, because there's no familiarity with me or my company, maybe those are going to those that, you guys are more familiar with as far as name and people, so, because I don't get too many of them. I literally have to go on the website to see if there's anything being put out for bid, and not too many times there are, but when there are, it's like they've already been awarded. And it's like, wow, I didn't even get a email on this, So it's just very inconsistent as far as any emails that's been sent in regards to what's going on with within the county for opportunities to bid on projects or things like that. And as well, there's projects that I don't know if they were out for bid, but they were, awarded already. So it's just a lot of inconsistencies in that area.
Okay. But you are registered, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. At least I've registered before. Now, whether or not I'm still in the database is a different story.
Okay. Thank you.
Michelle, we've heard from 4 people at this time, just to give you a point of reference of still, it looks like we have a good amount of people that we haven't heard from as of yet, and hopefully they'll chime in now.
Yeah, we're looking to hear from everyone. I see Marilyn Cade put some things in the chat room, which I'm going to mention just so we make sure we have it on the record. Her audio's down. She says, but my name is Marilyn Moore Cade. We are a small minority and WOSB company. We've bid on several flooring projects for the county. However, we were never awarded. It went to the same companies each time, which were companies that had been in business for years. Their bid was lower than ours by a few dollars. But however, we can't compete with the larger firms. It cost us money to pay a cost estimate person to help with the bidding process. Okay. So I think what I'm hearing from you, Ms. Cade, is that you have difficulty competing with large firms. Okay, thank you for that comment.
And she said, yes, that is correct, Michelle.
Okay.
Good morning, or good afternoon, rather. I guess I'll just come on in and jump in. Hello, everyone.
Hello. Great.
So my name's Keela Fitzgerald, and I am the majority owner of Allen Real Estate Properties. We're a masonry subcontracting company here in Atlanta. And we have not had any involvement or experience with Henry County. But I always try to stay abreast of things that are going on. And whenever I see disparity, I try to say, okay, well, let me see what's going on in Henry County, what's as far as all of the different counties, what's going on. Now, we have found that we just landed a contract out of the project is in Atlanta, but prior to this being our first contract, we were coming across big problems with estimating. We were getting, a lot of our proposals came, or our invites came from the city of Atlanta and Clayton County, where we're certified. We're DBE, MBE, FBE, all that good, elemental P, all that good stuff. But we found that the estimating portion was very difficult for us, and the feedback was maybe I would get like 50%. I would call and ask where we would land, or sometimes I would get callbacks, sometimes I wouldn't. So what I decided to do is I reached out. Clayton County has a mentorship program. They just started that this year, and I applied for that, and we were accepted into it, where I have a mentor who's been in the industry a long time, and he's helping us with estimating, which actually was beneficial, and we actually landed our first contract. So I guess if I were to leave or anything or share with everyone on the call, is possibly look into, maybe you have, I'm not sure, but mentorship, and somebody who's been very seasoned, because it is difficult to get in with larger primes because they have their go-to people. So, but I found that having a mentor who has those existing relationships will allow the opportunity, and at least it did for us. So, yeah. But thank y'all.
No, Ms. Fitzgerald, we're excited to get your feedback. Tell us, it seems like you've been enjoying the mentor program. How long have you been in the program?
So I just met my mentor last month. So I would say the whole process so far has been about a 3-month process. It's a year-long program, and so we haven't, outside of just the meeting, our initial meeting with the mentor, we haven't really had any training or interactions with Clayton County as of yet, but it's due to come at the beginning of August, because they have some training for us depending on where our deficiencies were.
That's great. And how did you hear about the program?
So it was just a matter of well, once we got certified, I constantly just stayed in contact, because they send information about programs and webinars and things of that nature. And I was just constantly attending them, asking questions. And if I could share, one of the, during the application process, when they sent it to me, I didn't meet all the qualifications. And one of them, the qualifications was that you had to have at least a gross of $150,000. And I said, well, if I was making $150,000, I don't think I would need a mentor. And I said, you know, I don't think that's fair. You know, I pleaded my case because we needed help. And so the young lady I spoke to took it back to the team, and they came back and they said, yes, you know, your firm is our target, and we wanted to help. So yeah, that's kind of how I got in. I just wouldn't take no for an answer. They would have to explain their reasoning to me, but I was persistent, and it was great. It's a good experience so far. I'm learning a lot, but and it's just a year program, and it's brand new. It's the first one, it's their pilot. So you know, what'll happen next year, I have no idea.
What is the name of that program again? The mentorship program?
So it's just the Clayton County Mentor Protege Cohort. Yeah, it was something they sent out a couple of months ago.
Michelle, you're on mute. And are you confirming that's Clayton County, Ms. Fitzgerald, and not
It
Henry
is,
County?
yes, yes. You have to be certified as a SLBE, which is a small local business enterprise.
I'll turn it over to Michelle. She's back now.
So my question was, what's your recommendation for Henry County?
Possibly a mentorship protege program of some sort, because I was having a really hard problem, a difficult time with my estimating. You know, but there are other people in the program who have different concerns or deficiencies, as you know, myself. But I can just speak for me. It was getting help with the estimating, you know, getting the feedback, finding out what I did wrong or what we did right as far as, you know, sending out a proposal. So
I'm also hearing, besides mentor protege, debriefing after you
yes.
sent in a proposal.
And they have
also some supportive services
yes,
for things like estimating.
yes.
Okay. And have you actually tried to bid with Henry County?
I have not yet. I haven't, only because I'm already certified with Clayton in the city of Atlanta. And I don't even know how I got the email, but I kept, you know, sometimes when you keep getting the knock at the door and the knock at the door, you answer, and I kept seeing the email showing up for this. So I said, well, let me just get on and find out what's going on, because I do want to know what's going on in all the counties. So if and when we decide to branch out into Henry County, you know, I kind of know what's going on.
Now, are you registered there?
Not at all.
Okay.
We will, though. We will.
Okay, so I kind of hear you saying it hasn't been on your radar scope. Maybe can you elaborate maybe why, if you're registered in other places, why you haven't registered with Henry County?
I think for me, I didn't want to, and this might be something where, because we're new, that I don't want to spread myself too thin with applying to too many different counties, because we've also been invited in Gwinnett. And I just, at the moment, I just felt that Clayton County and the city of Atlanta was enough for us for right now.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, I'll mute myself again. I'll go back into mute.
Okay.
Thank you, ladies.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Next. We have a few more of you who haven't spoken to us yet. We're anxious to hear your experiences. Okay, maybe if some of you would just unmute to introduce yourselves. So let us know who you are and the name of your company.
Hello, my name is Doreen Hayes and my company is Hayes Security Services Incorporated. And we are located in DeKalb County. We have been in business for over 38 years. We had a contract with DeKalb County where we serviced all of the county government buildings, probably 165 buildings. We are now currently looking to add new contracts. We are currently doing service contracts for a lot of vendors like McDonald's, Five Guys. We do a lot of those service contracts. I didn't know anything about Henry County, and I saw the information about the disparity. I had attended some information in Clayton County years ago about a disparity program, and we talked about how to get minority and women-owned businesses into Clayton County. I was happy to hear what the lady just recently spoke about, the mentorship program. I'll have to check into that. That was wonderful news. We too are looking to get more information on estimates. What we found is that we do a lot of bidding, as the other ladies have said, and we spend a lot of time in, we go out, we take pictures, we do everything, and then we do not get any responses back or feedback, as you were just saying. And it's kind of despairing to spend all this time, spend all this money, you never get any feedback. And as the gentleman said, it goes to the same old people or the larger companies. And so after a while, you just kind of wonder what is going on, why no new people are being added or looked at, even as a subcontractor to the larger companies. And so I wanted to just hear what you guys were talking about, because I'm very active in all of the arenas and just wanted to know what was going on.
And yours is a secure, you provide security services?
Yes, we do. We provide cameras, we provide any type of low voltage. So we've done cameras for all of the courts. We've done wiring for the different buildings in the DeKalb County Arts Center. We did all of the maintenance and the installations for the contracts that will come up in DeKalb County. So we do have a lot of experience doing all of those types of things.
Okay. That's very helpful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Stephanie, were you able to put the link to the survey?
I was not able to put the link. Tanya is troubleshooting on her end with the actual website. So we are in progress of that as we speak. I have, if you've seen, put the email for the comments to remind folks to please send us those. I just got it from Jim. Michelle, I'll be posting in just a second.
Okay, anyone else want to come on and introduce themselves and their company? I see, I don't think we've heard from Penny Poole. Do you want to, Ms. Poole, do you want to come on and just introduce yourself and your company?
Excuse me, I would be happy to.
Great.
I am here to observe. My name is Penny Poole. I am a community advocate with the Gwinnett NAACP, and just listening to the process to hear how it is being conducted and to get information to glean on how this information can be disseminated in my community to get a similar situation engaged in our county.
Right. And you're Gwinnett?
Yes.
Mhm. Okay, well, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for doing this.
Hello, Michelle. How are you? Mhm. Hello, everyone. My name is Ms. Dawson. I also live in Gwinnett County. I've had a little experience with Henry County. We responded to a commercial real estate project about 4 or 5 years ago. We submitted the proposal. And like the young lady said, we never heard back either. We don't know if that project continued or if it was taken off the table. But I am real estate. I live in Gwinnett County. I do a lot of federal work. We were awarded a big contract with the USDA. So I have all of the certifications. And sometimes it is disheartening to know that you're just as good as anyone else. But if you don't have these certifications, you can't compete. And it just gets on my last nerve. We have a $40-something million contract with the USDA. We've been doing it very well. And now they're trying to bundle our contract. I don't know if you know what that means when someone bundles or consolidate something, and we've done it well. So why would you take it and try to give it to a bigger company? And here we are again, fighting again. And I'm so tired of fighting when you're just as good as anyone else. So I would love to see what comes out of this. I was on your first call about a year ago, I think it's been, and here I am again. I just, like the young lady said, when my fellow Gwinnetian, I'm just here to see what's going to happen with all of this. Thank
Okay.
you, everyone.
Great, thank you. Are you registered, by the way, with Henry County?
I believe I am, because that's how I think we got the opportunity to respond to that, if I'm not mistaken, but that's been some years ago.
And what's the name of your company?
It's Dawson's Realty and Mortgages.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Aslan Bonds. My company is a veteran staffing company. We're JANE. We're also located in Gwinnett County. And I too, like Ms. Hayes, we received the same response on opportunities that we bidded on in Henry County. I am registered, I think I am. I used to get email from Henry County regarding opportunities, but I haven't received any in a while. The only way I know opportunities are available if you go in the Georgia registry. The question I have is, if this is my first time being on with you guys on this research, if you've done this before, why hasn't things changed in Henry County, or where we are with the process? Because the same situation is going back and forth where RFPs have been given to the big guys and not the small guys. You know, we're just left out and we're asked to bid on these opportunities and nothing is happening. So where do we stand? Why do we keep going back and forth?
So this is the first study Henry's done.
Okay.
We've not done a study before.
Okay. So even, all right. So how do we move forward with the disparities that small businesses are experiencing in Henry County? A lot of their businesses I'm looking at a lot more experience than I do. And I have all the certification. I just put them in the chat box. I put some of them in the chat box. But how do we move forward with us getting a chance to get an opportunity to push our businesses forward and not stop competing, but at least know we have an opportunity to work with the big guys?
So the study will be out. Our study is not just a study, it's also recommendations. So, with the study, and we'll make recommendations. And again, you all contributing today helps us to make recommendations to the county about how to fine tune and better their processes, particularly when it comes to minority and women-owned firms. And of course, with that is, recommendations regarding small businesses, for which a lot of minority and women-owned firms are small businesses as well. So be on the lookout for the results of the study. And then once we have that out, then it's in the hands of the county as to how they'll implement.
I have a question for you. The executive order that Joe Biden just passed, 13985, it's a federal order, but does that trickle down to Henry County to make sure that the small businesses do get some of that work? When they say federal, I know Henry is a county, but does that executive order trickle down, and does it affect us small businesses here locally in Georgia?
Yeah. So let me just repeat again, this is a public hearing. So the public meeting is to have input. And so with this meeting, we're not responding to questions like that, which, by the way, we couldn't answer anyway, because the county would have to answer that question as to how funds are trickling down. But I would direct that question to the county if you have an interest, to their procurement department.
Thank you.
Okay, I think Kimberly Steele, have we heard from you? Do you want to introduce yourself and your company?
Hi, my name is Kimberly Steele. I work with Corporate Environmental Risk Management, CERM. I work in client services, so I'm not in leadership. So again, I have to be very careful in what I say. That's why I've been kind of observing. I will say that our firm, in terms of our public sector clients, we do, well, first of all, we're a full range engineering, environmental, program, and construction management firm. Been around for 26 years. Work in various markets: transportation, water, facilities, federal, energy and utilities, those market sectors. In terms of our public sector clients, we do a lot of work in City of Atlanta, DeKalb County. Primarily, we have other regional offices outside of Georgia, but in terms of the Metro Atlanta area, those are the counties that we do the most work in.
Okay. And if you'd like, and you have more comments that you just don't want to share publicly, please email us at henrycountystudy@gspclaw.com. It's in the chat room.
Okay, thank you.
And also, Michelle, the survey link is there as well now.
Okay, so anyone who hasn't taken the survey of business owners, take you about 15-20 minutes to complete it. It gives us some very specific information. One of the things when we're doing this disparity study is we hear your comments and we're able to kind of absorb them all. We do try and pass as many along to the county as we can. But what's far more impactful is when we're able to quantify them. And the survey helps us to quantify your responses. So we're able to say, X percentage of the firms, minority firms or women firm or all firms who responded to the survey said this, that this was an issue or this is not an issue. So you know, it's important that even though you're attending this and giving us kind of the details, helping us to quantify responses is really important. So please go on and take that survey. And the survey responses are anonymous. We do quantify everything, but again, nowhere in our study do we use names or anything else. Mr. Brown, are you speaking? If you are, you're on mute.
Oh, no, I wasn't, but God bless everyone.
Uh-huh.
Thank you.
Okay. Did you just want to introduce yourself since you are on camera now?
Yeah,
Yes, on camera, we got you.
Oh, man. God bless, yeah, I'm Dr. Jerry Brown here in Stockbridge, Georgia. Businesses Excel Team Excellence LLC, retired military. I do some movie production here in Georgia, and I do health nutrition in 26 countries. So to keep everybody healthy.
Great.
Anything else?
Are you registered with Henry County?
Yeah, just now, recently, yes, ma'am. And
How was the registration process for you?
semi-tough, not real tough though, semi. I can't think of all the little snares I had, but just trying to figure it all out.
Mhm.
That's my purpose of being here, trying to learn how to make it work, how to maximize it.
Okay.
Let me just back out. I got grandkids over here, so.
Okay. Okay. Anyone else have comments about your experiences? We want to make it, we want to be able to help the county to streamline your experiences, to make them more effective. So our goal is to kind of hear your experiences and translate them to the county so they can use them for process improvements. This is your opportunity.
I guess just really learning how to get started in the program, the more effective way to get started and to kind of get directed on where you need to go to get the desired contracts that you want to work with. Kind of like an ABC 1, 2, 3 type thing, instead of a A, Z, E, and you're kind of trying to figure it out.
Right.
Yes, ma'am.
That's helpful.
I may have missed some of it, but with the certifications, I see a lot of people have their certifications here. When you say, are we registered with Henry County, is there a reciprocity process or do they have a certification in Henry County?
Yeah, so again, unfortunately, this meeting is not one for taking questions, but for getting your experiences, but I would direct that question to the county itself through their procurement office.
Okay, perfect. And another thing, if you're going to direct, the young lady asked a question about submitting responses to RFPs. Make sure that they have subcontracting plans. When the big primes do get the contracts, they are supposed to award some of that business to small businesses. That's the purpose of the certifications. If we're going through all of these processes to get these certifications, only to have our name added to something that's not real, that is not right. Again, they're using us again to get the contracts and leaving us out.
Okay. So let me translate a little bit of what you said, Ms. Dawson, which is what you're saying is that you all have gotten certified. And now that you've gotten certified, you want to make sure that the primes are in some way required to have a subcontracting plan. And then I think part 2 of what you were saying is that they utilize you on their plans, but then they don't use you.
That's correct. And that's illegal, really, to name someone in a proposal, and after you get awarded, then you don't use that person or give them the required amount of work.
Okay, anyone else we haven't heard from? I think Kenneth Ratliff, do you want to introduce yourself? Well, I think you put a note in the chat room. And again, for the record, Mr. Ratliff said the prime needs to be mandated a certain percentage to a Henry County certified subcontractor. And those subcontractors need to be identified in their bid package like Clayton and City of Atlanta requirements. Okay, Mr. Ratliff, thank you for that comment. And Marilyn Moore Cade, you put a comment that said, that is so true. We have experienced that as well. I'm not sure, because I just saw your chat room comment, what you were referring to. If you're talking, you are on mute.
I think she's the one that had the sound issue, Michelle. I'm not certain.
Oh, okay. I'm just not sure what her comment was related to. Okay. Well, we've had some really good comments today. Very helpful in giving us some direction. Happy to hear some more from those of you who we haven't heard from yet.
I mean, Mr. Ratliff also confirmed his audio wasn't working, so that's why he put his in the chat as well.
No problem. Not sure if we heard from Tracy Brown yet. Ms. Brown, do you want to introduce yourself and your company?
Hi, I'm actually with Gwinnett County. I'm actually here with any polls.
I wasn't able to hear her. Great, Michelle. I'm not sure if that's going on your end as well.
Okay.
Yeah, we're having a problem with your audio. You might want to just put, I know you were saying you were with someone, with someone. So if you want to just put that in the chat room, that'll.
You can hear me. Can you hear me?
No, you're kind of going bloop, 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 kind of in and out. Yeah, no.
Cool.
Yeah, we can't hear you. It's an audio thing today. Something with Zoom, maybe. We rely on it so much now for our lives, don't we? Okay. Ms. Brown, if you have access to the chat room, maybe you can give us some comments in the chat room. Or of course, you're welcome to email them to us at Henry County Study at GSPC, that's Griffin Strong PC, gspclaw.com. Henry County Study at G like in girl, S like in Sam, P like in Paul, C like in cat, law, LAW.com. Oh, okay, Sarah with Penny. Okay.
Are you at liberty to say what prompted this study?
Again, I can't, today is not a time for us to answer questions. But again, that I would direct to the county, that question to the county. They'd be the best ones to answer why they're doing the study.
When will we get the answers from them?
I would direct the questions. Again, I can't, we're here to conduct the study. And so questions that are directed to them, I can't answer when they would answer. But some of them are on today. So hopefully when you send them answers, they'll be prompt in their responses. Kenneth Ratliff said in the chat room, I had an experience with a prior bid that wasn't uniformed across the board. The grading system which they use is all based on a personal, I'm assuming that means personal opinion. It isn't based on checklist of requirements. Okay. Thank you for that comment. Okay, we have about 15 minutes left. Does anybody would like to make any additional comments? Okay, we'll give it another couple of minutes if anybody has, if there are no other comments, I think we've called on everyone who's on this call so far, asked you to identify yourselves. So we'll give it another couple of minutes. If not, then we'll go ahead and close out this meeting. So we'll give you another couple of minutes.
Am I allowed to give my website out on here?
Sure, put it in your, you can put it on the, in the chat room.
It's just jerrybrown.com, though we can't see the chat. THG, jerrybrown.com. And just check out the health nutrition playlist. Very good for
Okay, if you haven't put your company's information in the chat room, you can do so now. Again, it's just sharing some information with each other without really doing any heavy soliciting, but just so people have you as a reference.
Thank you for putting this on too. Appreciate it.
Sure. Okay. All right, well, if there's nothing else, then again, I want to thank you all for participating today. Your comments were very helpful and will be utilized in our study. For sure, in some way, all of our comments show up somewhere in the study, whether they're quantified, whether they're combined with other comments. Sometimes we'll quote you. Again, we don't use names or company names or anything like that, but we do appreciate your participation today. And we're going to close out now. I hope all of you stay safe and well. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We thank you. Have a super day.